So this is the matrix video, and in this video I'm going to show how I came up with my matrix encoding decoding project and how to solve it by hand. So my message is I just took the first two words that was in my surroundings, and that was travel tissue, and conveniently that's a 4 by 3 matrix. And if you transfer each letter to the number, then you get this matrix over here, and this is our message matrix. And for E, I just got a random 3 by 3 matrix, and it has to be a square matrix because we have to get the inverse of E to find C. So it has to be, and you could only get the inverse of square matrices, and you can't do it for non square matrices. So for this, did 3, 2, 6, and 1, 1, 2, and 2, 2, 5. Okay, so how I found C is easy. I just multiply n times E, and that's so if you multiply n times E, okay, so first you would grab the first row of m, you flip it around so it's like this, and then you multiply it to the first column of the second matrix. And if you do this, 13 times 3 plus 11 times 1 plus 22 times 2, you get 39 plus 11 plus 44, and if you add this up, you get 94. So then our first entry would be 94, and then you could do it again. Just multiply this by the second column, so 13 times 2 plus 11 times 1 plus 22 times 2, and this equals 26 plus 11 plus 44, that's equal to 81. So that would be the second entry. And you do this again with the third column, so 13 times 6 plus 11 times 2 plus 22 times 5, and that equals to so the first value is 78 plus 22 plus 110, and if you add that, it becomes 210. Okay, so you do this again by flipping over the second row, 15, 26, 5, and then multiplying these two values, and then adding them up, and then you do it again for the second column and the third column, and then you do it again for the third row, and then this fourth row, and then if you do all that, I'll skip to the answer. It's 65, 102, 66, 52, 90, 167, 142, and 230. So this is my C, and since we have our E and our C, we can now present the problem. So E equals to 326112225. Then our our C is equal to 94, 81, 210, 81, 66, 167, 65, 52, 142, 102, 90, 230, and then so we know that M times E is equal to C. So we have to isolate M because we want to find the message. So we could do this by multiplying the inverse of e to the right side of each side of the equation. So what I mean by this is multiply e to the right side over here, and then also to the right side of the actual right side of the equation. So if we do this, we could get rid of this and then isolate m. Okay, so by following this equation, we have to first find the inverse of e, and in order to do that, we make an augmented matrix. We put matrix E onto the left side, and we put the identity matrix on the right side. And our goal is to get the identity matrix on the left side, and whatever is left on our right side would be our inverse of E. So I can first do this by multiplying -1 to row 3 and adding it to row 1, so that this would become 1 plus R1, and that would be 1, 0, 1, 1, 0, -1. Okay, and then I could multiply -2 to R2 and add it to R3, so that these two values could be 0, and then this could be 1. And then if you get the right side, it would be 0, -2, 1. Yeah. And then for the middle, I could just leave it as we could multiply -1 to R2 and then add it to R3. So this would be 1, 1, 3, 0, 1, -1. Okay, and the next step is to multiply -1 to R1 and then add it to R2, so that this value would become 0. If you copy the rest for now, 1, 0, -2, 1. So this would be 0, 1, 2, -1, 1, 0. And then, so we have our diagonal, and now all we have to do is just zero out this part. And we could do that by negating R3 and adding it to R1 for the first row, and then multiplying -2 to R3 and adding it to R2 to the second row. 1, and then, so this would become 1, 0, 0, 1, 1, 2, -2, and then second row 0, and then 1, and then 0, -1, 3, 0, and then the last row is just the same. Okay, so this is our inverse of E. This is inverse of E. So we just have to multiply this to C to get our message. Extend the page. Okay, so, and we have to do it in this correct order. M equals C times E to the -1. So C, it was 94, 81, 210, 81, 66, 167, 65, 52, 142, 102, 90, 230. And then multiply it to inverse of -1. That's 1, 2, -2, -1, 3, 0, 0, -2, 1. Okay, it's inverse of -1. This will become m. Okay. So, we do the same thing like we did before. We flip over row 1 of the first matrix, and then we multiply it to the first column of the second matrix. Then we add the results. So 94 times 1, 94 times 1 plus 81 times -1 plus 210 times 0 is equal to 94 minus 81 plus 0, which equals 213. Okay, 13 is entry 1 comma 1. Then we do the same for column 2. 94 times 2 plus 81 times 3 plus 210 times negative 2, and this is equal to 188 plus 243 minus 420, which equals to 188 plus 243 minus 420 is equal to 11. And then I'm gonna show one last time. So 94 times negative 2 plus 81 times 0 plus 210 times 1 is equals to negative 188 plus 0 plus 210. This is equal to 22. Okay, 22. And then we do the same thing. We flip over row 2, multiply it by column 1, column 2, column 3. We do the same thing with row 3 and the row 4. And if we do that, we get 15, 26, 5, 13, 2, 12, 12, 14, 26. And if we check, it is the same. 13, 11, 22, 13, 11, 20, 15, 26, 25, 13 to 12, 12, 14. Okay, it's the same. Thank you for watching the video.